It's golf without the green fees, without the elitism, with a diverse community of people who literally come from every potential walk of life you can imagine.
Chill, relaxed, inviting, welcoming, just a good time all around by pretty much everyone down there. If they're down there, they're having a good time. Most courses, some do you have to pay or book a tee time, but most of them literally show up when you want, step on the course with at least one disc and throw that disc to the basket, from the tee pad to the basket, and now you're playing disc golf.
We have a concrete tee pad and we have signage, just like it is in ball golf. And you choose what frisbee you want to throw, and you throw it, preferably not as hard as you can, but we still all do that. And the goal is to get it into the target in as few throws as possible. A lot of it's adopted from normal golf, but there's also some disc golf specific terminology like hyzer and anhyzer, which deals with the release angle that you're giving the disc as you're getting ready to throw it.
The beauty of this sport, you progress so much quicker than a ball golf, I find. You can literally see a difference from when you threw a disc at the beginning of the round to when the way you're throwing at the end of the round. You're probably throwing a little flatter, you're probably throwing a little bit straighter, a little bit further, and you're pumped about it because you're already seeing progression, and it builds a love. Makes you, I feel, love the sport a little bit quicker just because you're doing that much better.
Yeah, you think about ball golf, you might play a year before you make a par. But this game, you can make a par on your first day. And then if you have any competitive juice at all, you're out buying discs that same day.
It's really about form. The best players in the world are not shredded guys and women. It is 100% form than strictly power. Slow is smooth and smooth is far.
With this sport, the longer you play, more than likely the better you are. It takes time and experience. It's not all muscle. It doesn't take the hardest thrower to get the furthest shot. It literally is form and snap and technique, and guys that are 70 throw it way further than I do.
New players all think they're not good enough. They don't want to play in an organized event because they think they'll embarrass themselves, which is completely incorrect thinking in this game because anyone can do it.
It happens weekly, it seems, during the summer, where a new potential golfer or member of the community will join our Facebook group and say, I have never played, I want to get into the game. What do I do? And within minutes or hours, there's people who are offering them inexpensive or even free discs to get started. I literally saw like grandparents, parents, and kids all playing together with normal frisbees. And a lot of times you see a lot of normal frisbees flying around, and that's awesome. But if you want to play the sport in more the way it's meant to be played, you just need a couple of frisbees, a couple of disc golf discs. You can't play catch with them. A starter pack is available from almost all manufacturers that will give you what you need to get started. But you don't need disc golf discs to play. You can get away with any lid that you have lying around in the garage.
Let's go. Better in the hole? Hang it. There's not too many bad things to say about disc golf. It's a great way of getting outdoors, exercise, work on a little competition, or just for fun in general.
There's been some awesome stories in disc golf, like where it's helped, people get into shape, or even people with mental disabilities that help them find an outlet, right? And that's why I play the game. First of all, it's a passion, and it's an outlet for exercise and for something to do, right? I think if we all need something like that, or we started to get stir crazy?
When I started, it was through a coworker who invited me to go throw frisbees in the park, and I didn't realize what it was going to turn into. I just thought it was a reason to go goof off and literally throw normal frisbees, and then as I met more people, I ended up finding other friends that played the game that I didn't know played, and then that kind of introduced me into the community, and it just kind of went from there. It's all boiled down to the community. I've never met a group of athletes and casual players that are as welcoming and friendly and diverse as the disc golf community. I don't think I'd have stuck around in the game if it wasn't for being so easily welcomed into this group.
You all share this common interest in this game, and it only enhances you as a person because you meet all these characters that are really diverse, and they teach you how to play. Then you forget it all and you learn again. You see these people week in and week out, and they become part of your lives, and their children become part of your lives, and what they do for a living. You get to meet genuine friends, and these friends last for years and years and years. It's not something that just comes and goes.
I just have a blast meeting people that enjoy the sport as much as I do. Just playing a course together, getting to meet new people from all over Ontario states, all over the place. You don't meet bad people on the course usually, so I've very rarely ever met anyone I disliked, and even then, you're only with them for a round usually.
When I started, which granted wasn't that long ago, most people have been playing longer than me. I started in 2012. In 2012, I couldn't go on YouTube and fire up a video, like a high quality edit of a tournament that happened somewhere else that past weekend. The increased exposure with production crews and media channels and stuff like that, it brings more people into the sport. And one of the mantras of the community at large is to grow the sport, and increased media exposure is an easy way to do it.
If this growth becomes as exponential as we expect it to, this will be a mainstream activity in less than 5 years. It's huge in Michigan, it's huge in Wisconsin, it's huge in California, obviously. Canadians are just discovering it. And when we get to the stage where we have corporate sponsorships and some national television exposure, the game's just going to explode.
I used to love playing golf, but my clubs sit in my garage because it's just a bigger time commitment, a bigger financial commitment. And I can go out and hang out in the park with a bunch of friends and go throw frisbees and just have a great time.
Nice.
Boy.
Nice spot, Jamie.
Get it, get it. Yeah, Dave.